My name's Kat. Welcome to my new channel. This channel is going to focus on things like adoption um, and motherhood and nesting and things like that because that's where I am in my life. Um, we chose our channel name Happy Beginnings because for those of you who aren't versed in adoption terminology, when you are beginning the adoption process and waiting for a baby, you are called a hopeful adoptive parent or a HAP. So, happy beginnings. Um, we began our adoption journey officially in November when we put in our application for our agency and began the home study process. Currently, we are still in the home study process officially. There is one more piece of paperwork that we are waiting on for our home study, and then it will be finalized hopefully in the next couple weeks. And that's a long story. Usually, home studies don't take nearly as long as this, but some regulations changed right when we applied for our agency. So, we're going to be talking about a lot of different adoption topics and answering questions. If you have any questions about adoption in general or specific questions relating to your specific situation or about ours, feel free to post a comment below and I will happily address them in the future. I have several videos planned already for this channel and I cannot wait to make them. It's been several months in the making, and it just took finally coming up with the inspiration for the channel name to start the process. So, like I said, we officially began our adoption journey in November. My husband and I knew that we were going to adopt since we first started talking before we even met, because we met online. And I knew that I wanted to adopt since I was very young. I had met several friends growing up that were adopted, and my husband has family that's adopted. We have several adult friends that are adopted in our community. It's been interesting, actually, every time we mention adoption in passing or someone who knows our situation brings it up, a new person in our community, which is a very small town community, um, mentions that they're adopted or their sibling was adopted or someone they know just adopted. And so it's possible that I'm just seeing it everywhere because it's on my mind, but it is a lot more prevalent than I thought going into this process. So I technically struggled with infertility, but like I said, I knew from a very young age that I wanted to adopt. So it kind of just cemented that idea in as something that was definitely going to happen because I am not able to have my own children. I had a very severe case of endometriosis, on top of other issues like bipartite uterus, where I had two uteri that never really fused in development, neither of which would probably be able to support a child to term. And a variety of other things. It felt like everything that could be wrong with my reproductive system was. And I eventually was in so much pain on almost a daily basis that when I turned 30, I believe, maybe, yeah, I think I was 30, I went to my doctor and I said, look, we kept pushing back a hysterectomy because every doctor I'd seen told me that I would change my mind and science would advance to the point where I would be able to hold or to be able to carry a baby to term. And I knew deep down that that wasn't what I wanted, but it was difficult as, a teenager or a 20-something to convince a doctor of that. So when I turned 30, I had missed so much work and I was worried about getting fired because of so many issues that I was having with pain and other things. And I said, it's just time to get it out. So we went ahead and did hysterectomy. So there's no chance that we will have a biological child, which is something we are both totally fine with. So this has been a long process getting to the point where we start the adoption process. We wanted to make sure that, we were both finished with school. We both have our masters. We were in the right place physically. just moved back to my husband's hometown to be closer to family, to have more of a support system when there is a child, and to start getting ready emotionally. And now we've both reached the point where we are so ready to start our journey as parents. And um, we've really reached the like actual nesting and research phases of this. Um, so it's been a very long road to get where we are, and we could potentially have a very long road ahead of us. There's no way to really know with adoption, but we decided, especially for our first child, because we're unsure if we're going to adopt again after. That's something we're kind of leaving to the future to see how things go. Um, but for our first child, we really wanted to do domestic infant adoption. That we felt like that was right for our family, and we'll get into how to choose between the different forms and methods of adoption in another video. But we felt like that was what we wanted for our first child, and so we signed with an agency in November, and here we are. Um, so I'm looking forward to making so many more videos for you guys, for hopeful adoptive parents, for friends and family of hopeful adoptive parents, people who are interested in researching adoption and adoption topics. We're going to talk about ethics. We're going to talk about how to support your friends and family through adoption. We're going to talk about how to deal with a lot of difficult issues with adoption, and a lot of just awkward, like, no one else I know deals with this, I don't know what I'm supposed to do issues as well, and everything in between. So I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos, and I will talk to you later. Bye.